So, today we're going to talk about something that could honestly change how you connect with other people, and maybe even more importantly, how you protect your own energy while you do it. We're getting into the huge difference between empathy and compassion.
All right, let's just dive right in with a feeling I bet you know really, really well. We're going to call it the empathy drain. That totally wiped out feeling you get after you've been there for someone.
Sound familiar? You're the go-to friend, right? The one everyone calls when things go wrong. And you listen. You really listen. You feel every single bit of their pain, like it's happening to you. And then, when the call ends, they feel a little better. But you just feel completely wrecked.
And hey, that feeling, it's not a weakness, it's not some kind of character flaw. It actually has a name, a scientific name. Empathic distress. It's a real thing that neuroscientists study, and it happens for a very specific reason that's hardwired into our brains. So why? Why does this happen? Well, to figure that out, we've got to look at the fascinating science of what it means to feel. It all comes down to some pretty incredible wiring that's inside your own head. So get this, your brain has these amazing little things called mirror neurons. And when you watch someone else do something or feel something, these neurons fire up as if you were the one doing or feeling it. They're literally running a simulation of that person's experience inside your own body. It's wild.
And you see this in action every single day. You watch a sad movie, someone starts crying on screen, and you feel that lump in your own throat. Or you see someone stub their toe really hard, and you physically flinch. That's your mirror neurons going to work.
Now here's the catch. This ability to connect, it's a beautiful thing, it really is. But it can also be like a leaky tap. If you are just constantly mirroring the distress of everyone around you, if you never close that tap, you are going to run completely dry.
And this brings us right to the big aha moment. There is a better way to care, a way that's actually sustainable. And it's all about understanding the crucial difference between empathy and its, let's say, more effective cousin, compassion.
Let's break it down. Empathy basically says, I feel what you feel. Its whole focus is on absorbing that feeling. And as we've seen, that's draining. Compassion, though, it says something different. It says, I see what you're going through and I want to help. See the shift? The focus moves from just feeling to acting, and that is actually energizing.
And the reason it feels so different is backed up by brain scans. Seriously. Research shows that these two states light up totally different parts of the brain. Empathic distress looks like a burden in the brain. But compassion? That activates the brain's reward and motivation centers. It actually feels good to help, and it gives you energy instead of taking it all away.
So, that's the big question, right? How do we actually do this? How do we make that simple but really powerful shift from feeling like we're drowning right alongside someone to actually being the one who can help them? It's really just a simple two-step thing. First, when you feel that big wave of someone else's pain about to hit you, just pause. Take a breath. And you have to resist that powerful automatic urge to just dive in and soak it all up. Then, step 2, ask a question, a direct one. What do you actually need from me? What can I do to help? That one question, it changes absolutely everything. It completely reframes the situation. You stop just passively drowning in the emotion with them, and you become an active helper. You become the person in the boat, reaching out a hand to pull them out of the water. And when you start to practice this shift, caring for people stops being a one-way ticket to burnout. It actually turns into a kind of sustainable superpower, a way of helping that actually makes you stronger in the long run. This isn't just some nice idea. It's a really profound truth. As the Dalai Lama said, compassion isn't a luxury. It's not just a nice to have. It is a necessity for our survival as people. We've all heard that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, while pure, unchecked empathy drains your cup every single time. But the magic of compassion is that it's like a renewable resource. It actually starts to refill your cup even as you give it away. So we'll just leave you with this to think about. The next time you're in that situation and you start to feel the weight of someone else's struggle, how are you going to consciously make that shift? How are you going to move from just absorbing the pain to taking real, compassionate action?